Hey Canucks fans, it's time to revise my predictions for the All-Canadian Division. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram, I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, December the 2nd. This is where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. Okay, here's my quick Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon bowling update. I sucked last night. Jacob was good. Sean was good. I was good for 2 games. We did really well as a team for those 2 games. And then something happened. I forgot how to bowl. I thought I was the man. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I wasn't thinking. And I had 2 horrible games. Thankfully, Sean and Jake and the rest of the team played okay and kept our team afloat. But I got to do some soul searching before next week. So it's too bad because Sunday night I came off a really good performance, sweeping my opponent, and then didn't do so well yesterday. So it's okay. Still have a good attitude. I'm ready to do a lot better next week. But thank you for asking, and I'll give you an update on the standings whenever we get them. Okay, speaking of standings, today I want to revise my All-Canadian Division rankings. And not because I didn't like what I did previously, but the last time I did it was way back in the middle of October, right after the first wave of signings, of trades, right when the period opened. And now that I've had time to read a bit more about rosters, to study the teams a little more, and admittedly, I was inspired a little bit by Pierre LeBrun's article in The Athletic yesterday, where he asked 15 executives from American-based teams, so relatively unbiased, half from the Western Conference, half from the Eastern Conference. He asked them to give their collective rankings for what they thought the All-Canadian Division might look like. And remember, this doesn't mean best chance to win the Stanley Cup. This doesn't mean who goes further in the playoffs. This is a simple, whatever the format's going to look like, how many games against who, whatever it may be, it's simply what's going to be the predicted order of finish. And so of these 15 guys, 9 of them picked Toronto to win the division, 4 of them picked Calgary, and 2 of them picked Montreal. So 9 for Toronto, 4 for Calgary, 2 for Montreal. And it was kind of interesting. For Vancouver, of these 15, no one picked Vancouver first, but no one picked Vancouver last. So of the 15, 2 of them picked Vancouver to finish second, 4 of them picked Vancouver to finish third, 1 of them picked Vancouver to finish fourth, right in the middle, 6 of them picked Vancouver to finish fifth, and 2 of them picked Vancouver to finish sixth. So again, that distribution, second, 2 people, third, 4 people, 4, 1 person, 5, fifth, 6 people, sixth, 2 people. So that means the majority either picked them to finish third for the 15 or fifth, which is 6 of the 15. So not a lot of confidence from these U.S. Executives. As for me, well, back in October, I admit, and I rewatched the video. It was kind of funny actually, because I think I even admitted that I was quite biased and I hadn't really thought through. I was so excited about the Nate Schmidt signing. I was pretty excited about the Braden Holtby signing. I probably downplayed some of the departures, admittedly, because I had Vancouver number 1. And I even admitted that that might have been a biased take, but I had Vancouver at 1, I had Montreal at 2, Calgary at 3, Toronto at 4, Edmonton at 5, Winnipeg at 6, and Ottawa at 7. Again, I had Vancouver, Montreal, Calgary, Toronto, Edmonton, Winnipeg, and Ottawa. So now I'm revising them on December the 2nd. I'm going to say my bottom 3 are still the same. I still have Ottawa at number 7. They're rebuilding. They might be good in a few years, but they're simply not there yet. So Ottawa's still there at number 7. At number 6, I still have the Winnipeg Jets. I like a lot of their top-end offensive talent. I like their goaltending. Connor Hellebuyck, obviously one of the best goaltenders, if not the best goaltender in the league. You guys know that Winnipeg is my second favorite team in the entire NHL. But I still have questions about their depth, and I certainly have questions about their blue line and their team chemistry overall. You hear a new Patrick Laine rumor every week. So I'm going to keep them at number 6 right now. And I still have Edmonton at number 5. Now you might say, and I said this a month ago or a month and a half ago, I said, like, how can you put a team that has McDavid and Draisaitl at number 5? And yes, they made a couple nice additions to the roster, but to me, there's still a big question mark in goal for Edmonton. So that's why I have them at number 5 still. It doesn't mean they're a bad team. It simply means, I don't think they're going to do as well as the other 4 teams ahead of them. So 5, 6, and 7 are still the same for me. Edmonton, Winnipeg, and Ottawa. My new number 4 is Montreal. It used to be Toronto, but it's Montreal. I do like a lot of the signings they made over the summer, including Tyler Toffoli, unfortunately. But none of them were super, super high-end signings that I think are going to put them over the top just yet. I'm interested to see how Carey Price does. Interested to see how Shea Weber does. And yes, they do have an interesting collection of talent up front, but no absolute game breakers. A bunch of solid players, but would you say that their top-end talent is as good as Vancouver's or Edmonton's or Toronto's or even Winnipeg's? I would say no. So I still have Montreal as a decent team, so I have them at number 4. Number 3, I have the good guys, the Vancouver Canucks. So yes, I had them at number 1 6 weeks ago, but some would even say maybe number 3 is too high, but I think that's where they're going to be. On the good side, I think Nate Schmidt's going to be a huge difference maker, an upgrade over Tanev, although we lost Stetcher. The goaltending, I'm not worried about. I'm pretty confident in Demko and Holtby. I'm not downplaying Jacob Markstrom and how well he played for 2 seasons, but and I'll get to that in a second when I get to my next team. Spoiler alert, but I can't even say spoiler alert. But I think Demko and Holtby will be fine. Obviously, the Canucks didn't do as much up front. They lost to Foley, and their bottom 6 is the same. But I don't think you can discount a team that has Elias Pettersson as your number 1 center and Quinn Hughes as your number 1 D-man. Now, they're really good centers in the All-Canadian division for sure. You think of guys like Matthews and, of course, Connor McDavid. But I do think that Quinn Hughes is the best defenseman of the 7 Canadian teams. And therefore, I would never, understate how good those guys could be. So I do think that Vancouver can still finish 3rd in an all-Canadian division. But maybe that's a little high, but that's okay. It's my channel, GLCPC. Number 2, I have Calgary now. And I had Calgary at number 3. So Calgary goes up from 3 to 2. And they just simply got stronger with Jacob Markstrom and Chris Tanev bolstering both their goaltending and their defense. They have a lot of high-end talent as well in guys like Tkachuk and Gaudreau and Monahan and so on and so forth. So Calgary is my least favorite team in the entire league, as you guys know. But you can't deny that they look, at least on paper, they look good. I'm still not sure about the chemistry thing, but we'll see. But I definitely think they've improved a lot, and you can't argue about just even though I try to make, not excuses, but I try and justify why the Canucks walked away or did not sign Markstrom and Tanev, but they are going to be helpful. And Calgary's defense a little old, at least with Giordano and Tanev, but still going to be quite solid. So I'll have them at number 2. Number 1, that leaves the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm not a Toronto Maple Leafs basher. You can't deny the assembled talent they have up front. We know about all their forwards. Frederik Andersen has really improved his game, including the layoff time before coming back to play in the bubble. So I think their goaltending it's not outstanding, but it's pretty good. And then, of course, you have Morgan Rielly. If you think that TJ Brody is better than Tyson Barrie, then you could say that they improved on D. And they brought in all these character guys, right, on these, the Wayne Simmons and the Joe Thorntons and on all these really 1 or 2 year contracts, not a lot of money, and to bolster their bottom 6. They might be a little slow, though, but their top-end talent might make up for it. So there we go. There's my revised rankings. Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver, Montreal, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Ottawa. Canucks fans, hockey fans, let me know what you think about my new rankings. Are these kind of more in line with what you're thinking? Or should I go back to my October 16th rankings and go with those ones once again? I'd love to know what you think about my entire set, but especially the Vancouver Canucks. Now I have them at number 3. Do you think that's too high? Do you think that's too low? Or do you think optimistically that's about right? Leave a comment below. I love to redirect or reply as always. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Enjoy the day. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.